Okay, so my kid keeps telling me that he wants to model. He wants to be on TV. She wants to be in the movies. She wants to be like Miley Cyrus. She wants to be like Zach and Cody. And I don't know what to do. I want to help them. They seem so enthusiastic. They're natural entertainers. These are the sort of things that I hear in my office every day. And I know how this happens. I know a lot about this because I spend my life in this industry. Kids are natural performers. Kids love attention, and every parent or anyone who's ever been around a child knows that they really lap up the spotlight in one way or another. And every child, most kids, are a superstar in their living room. They love to sing and dance. They love you to watch them color. They love you to watch them, well, pretty much do everything and anything. However, then there are those few kids who insist that they want to do something in Hollywood. And many times they'll even show you what they want to do, whether that's singing or dancing or acting. And children, let me tell you from experience, I know can be very, very insistent that their parents help them with these things. So, if you were to spend a day in an office like mine, and I'll probably show you some footage of something like this eventually, you would see things such as the story of little Johnny. So the story of little Johnny was told to me by a very big kids photographer who does a lot of work in the industry with actors and models and people doing catalogs and album covers and things like this. So the story goes like this, and I love to retell this one because it's actually exactly the way that it happens. Little Johnny has been telling his mom and dad that he wants to be on TV, and he wants to be in the movies, and he wants to be a singer, and he wants to be a dancer, and he wants to be like Michael Jackson, and he wants to be like Justin, and he wants to be a performer. And his parents have noticed how he performs all the time, and as they walk through malls, strangers stop them and tell them that this is a child that should be in show business, and so they kind of feel that maybe this is true. But two things happen at that point. Number one, parents wonder, well, is it just us? I mean, I know that all parents are really in love with their kids, so do I just think he's a superstar because he's my little boy? But then they start to realize that they are getting this feedback from other people, and the child is saying that he wants to do something in the industry, right? So usually people think about this but just can't find anything to do. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. And of course I work in Hollywood, so at least the parents here have some idea where they need to be. If you were to live in another area, the middle of the country, for instance, it would be very difficult to figure out where to go. But one of the things that may happen in this area is that you may end up in an office like mine, right? So daily, little Johnny shows up in my office, and his mother is nervous for him, and he's excited. He's in a movie studio, and he's wanted to be here, and he's hearing that Disney produces shows here, and he's looking around for stars, and he may see some, and he's just excited to be where he wants to be. And it's a wonderful thing because, you know, kids can really believe in almost anything, and as adults we've lost a lot of that. So Johnny comes in, and he's excited, and he gets in front of my desk, and I ask him why he's here, and he tells me he doesn't know, or he doesn't say anything at all. And his mom says, go ahead and talk, Johnny, use your words. And he says, no, I don't want to be on TV. And I say, great, you want to be on TV? Why do you want to be on TV? I don't know. And Mom starts to get a little concerned. She's thinking, well, Johnny, you know, really has a lot to say about this, and I hope he tells this lady because he really wants to do this, and he really can do this, but he's looking like a shy little boy right now. So I say, okay, Johnny, what do you want to do on TV? And he looks at his mom, and Mom says, well, he's a really great singer. In fact, he sings and dances just like Michael Jackson. So show her the way you moonwalk, Johnny. And Johnny looks at me and looks back at his mom, and he kind of maintains his frozen posture. And Mom starts to become concerned at this point because she knows that Johnny has a matter of moments to really do something, and it doesn't look like he's going to, and she's a little concerned about what may happen next. So I try and relax Johnny a little bit and get him playing and lighten up the situation. But oftentimes it isn't enough, because kids are very comfortable around their parents when they're getting a lot of affirmation. But when they're around strangers, they're much more shy. And when you think about that, you know that that's true. So they end up in an office like mine with a strange blonde lady staring at them, and they suddenly freeze. Now Johnny's mom is really concerned. She's driven however long she's driven. Sometimes she's taken the afternoon or the day off work, and Johnny's blowing his big chance. So she really starts to try and push him to move now. Now his eyes are starting to well with tears, and she isn't trying to really cause him to do anything that he doesn't want to do, but she knows how much he wants this, because he's wanted it usually for years before he ends up in an office like mine. So Johnny eventually either just turns around and runs out that door, or grabs mom's leg, or does a little dance, but in a very repressed sort of way, and then just stops. And parents are really surprised about this, but I watch this all day, every day. So just something to think about, because that may very well be your first step in this industry. Now, can kids get over this? Yes, they can. As we all know, kids' moods and actions and expectations change moment to moment. So there are ways around all of these sorts of things. But that's maybe just part one of what you could expect if your child ends up in an office like mine in Hollywood. Thanks for watching.